One-step inequalities. Okay, you got the following problem. You have a negative 18, you have an inequality sign, and you have 9x. So we're going to box the number and circle the letters. Now notice we got one letter, one box, so we know we can divide. Now be careful when you're dividing the number next to x. With the inequality, if the number's ever negative, you have to turn your sign the other way. See, you're making this sign with your left hand. If the x was negative, I would have to turn it to the with the right hand and bring it, pointing the opposite direction. But here you're dividing by a positive letter, so you don't have that problem. So you just go ahead and cancel the nines out, leaves you with the x, inequality sign, and negative 2. But be careful with this. Always look at your letter. If your letter's negative, you're going to have to turn the sign the other direction. So we're going to go negative 2. Make sure you use the right inequality sign, and then also make sure that you use the right variable. Okay, next question. You have 15. You have inequality signs, and you have negative 5x. Going to box the numbers, circle the letter. Be careful here. The letter is negative, so you have a negative 5. So since the letter is negative, I have to turn the sign the other way. So I'm going to use my right hand. Cross these out. There's my x. 15 divided by 5 is a negative 3. So we're turning the sign the other direction. And what we're saying here is we're saying negative 3 is better. Negative 3 is better than x. So negative 3 is better than x. Okay, next question. We got x plus 5, inequality sign, negative 4. Circle your letters, box your numbers, box your numbers. So here we got to get rid of the plus 5. We're going to move that so that becomes a negative 5. Each box gets a negative 5. So we put down our x, inequality sign, and this is a negative 9. Notice again that the x is positive, so there's no change in the sign's direction. However, if the x was negative, then of course our sign would change. So we got to put down our x, or inequality sign, negative 9. Okay, next question. We have 7. We have the inequality sign, x over 4. So what we're going to do here is we're going to times both sides by 4. So 7 times 4 is 28. We have an inequality sign, cross these out, that leaves me with an x. Notice I have a single x, which is positive, and 28. So there's no change in the sign. So we're going to go 28, inequality sign, then letter x. Okay, next one we have negative 14x. We have inequality sign, negative 3. So what we're going to do here is we're going to divide both sides by negative 14. And the reason why is I have one circle and I have one box. Notice I'm dividing by negative, so I must turn my sign the other direction. So those negative 14s cross out, gives me an x. I got a negative 3 over a negative 14. But you know what? I can take care of those double negatives and make that into a positive. And again, since the letter was negative, I went ahead and turned my sign the other direction. So I'm going to type in an x. I'm going to put down my inequality sign. I'm going to press the fraction. Remember the XY key is for your fraction. I'm going to put 3 on top. Then I'm going to put 14 below it. Okay, next question. I've got negative 3, x minus 10. So right here, I'm going to box my numbers, circle my letters, box my numbers. I should get rid of the minus 10. So to move that, that's going to become a plus 10. Okay, so at the beginning here, I get 7. Inequality sign is X. Cross those out. The letter itself is positive, so there's no change in the sign. So I'm going to start with the 7. Make sure I press the right inequality sign, and then also put down the letter X. Okay, here I have an inequality of X over 25. Inequality sign, then 5. I'm going to times both sides by 25. The 25's cancel, leaves me with the X, inequality sign. Now 5 times 125 is 125. Notice the letter X is positive, so there's no change in the sign. So we're going to say X, inequality sign, 1, 2, and 5.